everyone, it's Bethany. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel if you're brand new, and if not, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be making a really fun card, and I am looking forward to it because I am bringing together 3 new things that I have and I really wanted to use. So I have this dot stencil. As a reminder, everything will be linked down below in case you fall in love with anything that I'm using today. And I also have this new little stamp set from Avery, Elle that is called a Birthday Bus, and I thought this was so cute. I've really been enjoying the coloring, so when I saw this, I knew it was something that not only did I want to have on a card, but I really wanted to have fun coloring with it. I also purchased a pack of these little action wobbles, and we're going to have a lot of fun today because we're going to make a card with some movement. And I thought there was nothing better than a card with a little party bus on it to have some fun movement. So I'm going to be using those main supplies. Again, everything will be linked down below, and I will of course be bringing in lots of things for bringing this card together. I already have all of my panels trimmed down to the A2 size of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I am going to first trim this down even further with these little A2 dies. I love these. I like it when my panel is just a hair smaller than my card base. So I'm going to go ahead and tape that down and I'll send that through my machine. My card panel is of 80-pound cardstock, and then I like to do my bases out of the 110. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape that down. I'll send this through and then we're going to start stenciling. Okay, I sent that through. I think it is time for me to change my plates because I am starting to see a little bit of pressing lines on my paper. So good thing I do actually have another set of plates that are just on standby and ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tape down my panel to my mat here. And then I'm going to bring in my stencil. This is such a fun stencil, and it doesn't matter, I don't believe, which way it goes. But I have my stencil, and I'm going to further tape that down as well. I also have a stencil mat from Waffle Flower that I could bring out, but because I'm going to just be doing a very quick and basic little blending here, I think I'm okay with just skipping that. Okay, I'm bringing in this little silicone mat that I have, and then I'm also going to be using the Sparkling Rose color by Pink Fresh Studio. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And I am going to, so my idea here is that the bus is going to be in the top center, and I kind of want to just have some fun going on around it and behind it. So I'm going to take some of that. Oops, I meant to tap it off on my mat. What am I doing here? Okay, and then I'm going to just kind of rub it in an oval, if you will. Just doing a pretty light-handed, almost halo of a background, if you will. And then I'm going to just let that fade at the edges and get a little bit fainter, if you will. More saturated color in the middle, and then towards the edges, I'm going to have that just be kind of just fading out to nothing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check that. That's how quick and easy I want it to be. And that is exactly what I want. I think that is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off my stencil, and I'm all done with that. So now let's go ahead and get to our stamping. Okay, bringing in my little Misty tool, I am going to get this all stamped out. So I have just a couple pieces of cardstock. This is 80-pound, but it's in no shape or size. Again, I'm going to do another one up here. I'm going to double stamp it just in case I need an extra, but I always keep my scraps. And for this little project, having this just stamped on any size paper is completely fine because I'm going to fussy cut this out when I'm done. And because I will be coloring, I'm going to go ahead and use the Memento Tuxedo Black. And I am going to take my stamp up and off. I also need to stamp my sentiment, might as well, while I have it all here and ready. Okay, and this stamp should be nice and conditioned. Let's reposition that. Okay, and then get this nice and inked up. It is such a cute little image. I adore it. I think it is so fun. I love all the little animals. I just think there's a nice little variety and they're way too cute. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that down. I'm going to grab my little, I kind of have a little rag I just keep off to the side, which kind of helps. Get a nice even press. Ooh, missed the middle by far. And re-ink that. I'll just fix it right on up. Make sure that's still in the same spot. And I'm going to definitely make sure that I focus some of my pressure in the middle, because that seems where I definitely missed the mark. Okay, that looks great. Okay, I'm going to double stamp this just because, you know, I'm here, I might as well. And if I make a mistake, I would rather have another one on hand. And if I'm right in my idea for this card, I'm probably going to want to make this a couple times. So I'll have one ready for the next card because it's just going to hopefully turn out super, super cute. Okay, moving this off to the side, and I'll stamp this down. And still kind of missing the middle, but that is completely fine. I usually double stamp anyway. And get that all repositioned, make sure the alignment stays the same. And there we go. Okay, I think I will also, that looks great. Okay, I think I like the first one just a tad better, so I'll use that. This will be my backup. And real quick, I will clean off my little stamp and stamp out my sentiment on this paper as well. Okay, so bringing this out and sentiment in. And I want to do this on a little banner die that I have. So I'm going to give it some ample room around. Which one did I decide? I think I decided I'm going to use the other one. So I'm going to give it some room. Just like that. It's perfectly fine. And I'll just use the exact same ink. Okay, stamping that down. That's pretty fine. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Just because I did double stamp the actual illustration stamp, I'm going to double stamp it just so it has the same contrast and same tone, if that makes sense. That looks perfect. Okay, cleaning off. And let's get to coloring. So there are also other things you could bring into this. Of course, there's a birthday cake and a little balloon. And then I'm not sure if you could make this really clouds, or you could make it some of the little like exhaust that comes off the little party bus. I think that would be super cute too. Kind of like how it's putting down the road. I think that's cute. And then of course, flipping this on over, there is a little trio of gifts, which is so cute too. I'm going to keep it simple because I'm going to have fun with the action part of this. So I'm just going to do this, but you can definitely use some of the additional stamps in that set. Okay, so bringing in quite a variety of fun color for this. I'm going to have a lot of fun with color here. So I'm going to start off with this R23. I'll link my marker set down below, but I'm going to start off with the R23, and I thought it would be really, really fun to make the bus pink. And of course you could do this any color that you wish, but I just thought it would be really fun. I am thinking about, actually I'm pretty inspired to give this to a little girl for her birthday that is coming up. So I thought that this would be a great choice to make just a pink bus. Plus, you know, a pink bus, when in your life are you going to have a pink bus, right? I wish I could have a pink bus. Okay, so I'm going to start with doing most of my shadows down at the bottom here. So I'm running it mainly along this bumper area. And I am only going to be using one color here for blending. So I'm going to go ahead and run a couple layers over that shadow area and most likely come back and do a third. So I'm also going to apply a little bit of shadow right under the bear. And really, I'm not really certain that I have a rhyme or reason with where I'm placing my shadows. I'm kind of just winging it and kind of having fun with it. And then I'm going to take the brush side and I'll just kind of pull some of that shadow out and make a nice pink layer here. So I'm going to kind of pull just to transition my shadow. Again, I'm probably going to go back in and really bump that up later. But for now, there we go. For now, I'll just do this. Okay, and then I might even really take advantage of that precision tip on the other side. As you can see, there is not a whole lot of area for coloring here. Pulling this down, forgot about my shadow down here. Probably could get away with my brush tip just to finish off these last little pieces. But I thought a pink party bus was just too good to pass up. I was kind of also thinking of doing like a baby blue party bus, but you know, when in doubt, I thought the vibrancy of a fun pink bus would just be super fun. Okay, I'm going to turn this just a little bit just because I want to make sure I stay in the lines as much as I can here. And then I will just do one layer and skip any additional shadowing for the rest of the bus. So I'm just going to go up and around these little areas. Super easy. Here we go. And I played it safe when choosing colors for the cute little critters inside, but you could totally have fun with that too and make them, you know, non-traditional colors and stuff like that. I went kind of more realistic with them in terms of color, but definitely run in any direction that you'd like. That is what is the most fun. I love that you can hand the same stamps to two different people and they could come up with completely different things. I think that's so neat. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me. I'm really liking that. I am going to add just a tad more shadow down here. And then I like that it's really dark at the bottom. And then I'm just going to kind of keep blending that out. And then it kind of has its lightest pink towards the center and top of the bus. I'm intentional with that look and I really like it. I think it looks good. Okay, so I think that is where I'm going to take the bus. Now, of course, that will all kind of settle out as we go, but that's looking really cute. I like it. And I think we can move on to, let's see, what do we want to do next? I'm thinking I'll do some more of the bus parts. So let's go ahead and do the bumper. I think I'm going to do, I have quite a few grays pulled. Do I, or do I just have two? Maybe I only have two. I have a cool gray 2, so CG2. And I just like to use my area surrounding my image to kind of swatch. Okay, definitely want to do the lighter for the bumper and then also this little grill. So not really worrying about any shading on this grill area because it's so tiny. But I will have some fun shading on the bumper. Making sure I get all of my all of my car parts correct. Goodness. Yes, it's a bumper, correct? Oh goodness. Okay. Car expert I am not, but cute party bus colorer I am today. Okay, so then I'm going to take the brush side and just kind of brush that out and up, creating a fun little simple shadow that will just give that bumper just a tad bit of dimension. Okay, what are we thinking? I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same color for the inside of the wheels, adding my shadow to that left side. And I'm really, again, no rhyme or reason for my shadowing. I'm just kind of going with what I think looks good. Not really worrying about a light source at all here. I'm just worrying about having fun. Okay, and then I'm going to color the wheels in their entirety. This color is the NG06. And after I color them with one layer, if you will, I'll come back in and just add one swipe of shadow. And this will be very subtle. Obviously, we're working with a very dark color here. Okay, then just adding a shadow on the left and on the left. Just like that, simple. And then coloring in the middle of this little grill. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. Okay, I did have a little whoopsie here. I'm going to try to bring my colorless blender in. I just did a little bit of out of the lines. So I'm going to try to push that back in. If not, I have a white little marker that I can use. So I'm just going to push that back in and let that settle out. And if not, no worries. But I always try the colorless blender first if I can. Okay, let's bring these characters to life. Actually, let me do the little lights first so I can say that I've done in its entirety the bus, if you will. So I'm going to bring in R2 and I'm going to use that for my lights. I'm going to do the same thing with the lights that I did with the wheels. I'm going to color them all first and then I'll bring in just a little bit of shading on the side. And I might come back in and just add 1 to 2 more swipes of that shading. It'll be super subtle. And I think I'm going to bring this back in for a party hat in a second. So I'm going to let that stay close by. Let's see. Let's do the other light. I'm thinking the Y3 for this light. Looks good. Again, I'll just bring in a little shading. And the reason I'm bringing in the shading second for the smaller things is because I'm really not pulling it out and blending it. I'm just adding a little bit at the end because the surface area is so teeny tiny. Okay, let's start with the banner. I'm going to use the YR4 and I want to do a rainbow with the banner, if you will. And because the bus is pink, I'm going to skip the pink or red element because I don't want it to blend too much into the background, but I'll start with my orange and color. So we will go, I have to think it through, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, orange. And then I'm going to add, again, that shading just along that left side. Just add a little tiny bit more. Again, I'm doing just one marker blending with these. Bring back that yellow, same yellow. I like to use the same yellows, same colors when I do the whole thing, just because I think it makes it look really cohesive and it looks like it all belongs. So the yellow that I used for the light, I'll also bring in for the banner. And then later I'll also bring in the same colors for the banner for the party hats. Okay, for a green, I'm going to use this GY4. It's a nice little green. Okay, and then again, kind of blend on that side. And then for my blue, I'm going to go with more of an aqua or a teal. And I will do PB10 right here. And shade it a little bit. Okay. Purple, easy peasy, is R11. And just like that, that little banner comes to life. That's so cute. I really like that. Okay. And going back through just to see if I need to add any additional shading, I think I will just kind of go back through each one and just add a little strip. I know that I have this little indicator here tells me it's the fine tip. Oh my goodness. But I just get so excited and then I forget to slow down and locate which side I'm looking for. I know they make it so easy to locate it, but I'm just in my zone and forget to look for it. But if you didn't know that, on these markers, they have a little gray band on one side, and that indicates your fine tip side. You just have to slow down enough to look for it, I guess. Okay, that's really nice. Sometimes if you let those kind of dry for a second, then the shading is easier to do, because then if it's too wet, I find that sometimes if you go right in after and shade it, it kind of just blends right in automatically, right? Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to do the surrounding area of the little window shield. So I'm going to bring in this blue gray, it's BG3, and I'm going to use that to do all of the little window areas. No shading here, just very simple coloring. I thought a really nice light blue would look so nice, indicating a little bit of glass, and I didn't want it to be clear, because I wanted it, you know, I just didn't want it to be white, is what I mean by clear, I suppose. But I want it to be subtle. So this nice blue gray I thought was perfect. Okay, finishing up those little windows. I really like how that looks. It's subtle, but it's there, which I really appreciate. Okay, now I'm going to use the same color as the bumper for the bunny. Just double checking that I have the right one. Yes, I'm going to again use this CG2, and then I'll do a little bit of shading first down the the left side of his head, and then I'm also going to kind of go down his back. I think that looks nice. And that's where I'm going to stop. I'm just going to add that and be done there. Okay, using the other side, I will kind of blend that out, but it's going to be very subtle, and then bring that color into the rest of his body. So his little hands, his little ears, and good. I'm going to leave this off to the side because I may add some shading to him in a moment. And then, let's see, the puppy. What do I want to do for the puppy? Do I want to do, let me check this. I think that's it. I'm going to bring in this Y11. It's a brown gray. I think that will look really nice. So for shading, I'm going to do kind of a little L here, just like that. And then down the left side of his body and paw. Okay, I'm going to just swipe that twice. And then blend it out, but also knowing I'll probably go back in and add some additional shadow. Okay. If you have used action wobblers on a card, so we're going to make this, again, have some movement, let me know, because I love hearing what everyone else does with them. They are the neatest thing, and they came in quite a big pack, so I'm definitely going to be bringing some more of them to my channel soon because I just have to. They're so cute. Okay, so then let's see. I did bring in a couple colors for, let's see, the owl. I brought in, let me test these. Okay, trying to think what I want to do. I'm thinking I'm going to do, was it this? Let me think through my process here. I'm going to do this E280, which is a sand white, and I'm going to do that for the owl, bringing in some shadowing on the left side of its whole body twice, and then right on this little wing, just like that. Okay, let's start there. Blend that out. I like that nice soft color, and it's different enough from the puppy, but it's nice and soft. I just love that. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the color of the puppy one more time, and I'm gonna use that for his little additional hair, I guess. I'm not sure what to call it. I kind of want to call it his little crown. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, not really doing much shading there because it's so small. While I have this, I'm going to reshade the puppy. I like that. And I will also go back in, bump up the shadows on my bunny. Very cute. Okay, I'm going to let that settle, and then I'll probably bump up the shadows on my owl. Bringing that red back in, I'm going to do red for the cute little hat. I thought that'd be fun. Okay, and then let's do yellow for the pom-pom. So the Y3. Oh, Bethany, look for the stripe. Look for the stripe, girl. Okay, there we go. And then reshade a little bit. That just really pops when you just let it settle for a second. I'll do the same with the hat. I'm loving this. Okay, and then finally the bear. I think this BR2, it's called Potato Brown. I've used this before and I love it. It's kind of like a rusty brown, if you will. I mean, okay, you tell me. I don't know. It kind of is like a rusty brown to me, but I'm going to do shadowing up along his nose and then down his back and then along this whole left side. Also, whoopsie, I'm so sorry, then down this arm. Okay, I'm going to bump that up one more time. And dare I say, I think I colored it all without having to use my backup drawing. It's too soon to say it. I could totally mess this up at the end. Okay. Just when you say it is when something accidentally bleeds into the wrong section, or ugh, it's always the last bit. Always the last bit. Okay, I'm going to definitely do a little bit of work on that little bear. There we go. Just doubling up that color a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to let that settle, and then I'm going to add some shading there as well. But how cute. I really like that. I think that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to put these markers to the side. I'm also going to locate my sentiment, which was on my other little paper here. That way I don't forget to trim that out. So I'm going to trim this little one. Keep it handy. Okay, that had enough time, so I'm going to go ahead and just add my shadow once more. What a difference it makes when you just wait just a moment. Okay, that looks really good to me. Okay, I kind of had a little bit of oopsie down here, but you know what? It's good to go. I could not find coordinating dies for this set, so what I'm going to do is just fussy cut them out, and it's so easy. So pick your outline, pick your little offset, what you want that to look like, and then just slowly trim that out. And I thought, you know, this shape, that is way too easy. So I wasn't too worried. Usually in fact, I would say 98% of the stamp sets that I have invested in the coordinating dies because A, I do not really love fussy cutting. It's just not my favorite thing to do. But B, I love just the pressed edges of the die cut. So knowing that though, knowing that about myself, I looked at this image and thought there is no way I can't do that. It's so basic, right? I mean, I did that in probably 15 seconds or so. Okay, there we go. Just like that. And you know what? I think that looks really nice. I think it looks nice. Okay, so I am going to use a die for my sentiment. And what I'm going to do is I have these little banner dies, and I want to arrange it. I still have some pink tape. I want to arrange it so that I have just a little bit on this side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my die to cut the other side as well. So let me line this up just how I want it. Put my tape there so it does not shift, and I'll run this through my spellbinders really quick, and then we'll shift it and run it through one more time. Okay, so I just ran that through off screen. Now, let me know in the comment section, do you prefer seeing me actually run these through my spellbinders, or are you fine with me just running it off camera? Let me know. And if not, I mean, obviously I can't please everybody, right? But if the vast majority wish to see the die cutting, then I can just situate myself to bring that in. Okay, so then what I did is I just shifted that over. See how I did that? And then it lines right up, right inside. I have inky fingers now. And then it's all set to go. So I'm going to run that through one more time, and it will pierce and cut this next side. Okay, ran that through, gently removing this tape. And then we have, oh, cute. I love it. Okay. It's so cute. And I really wanted it to be nice and skinny, if you will. I have to clean that off. It's going to drive me crazy. Nice and skinny, if you will, because I liked how skinny and tight the text was. And I just thought it looked really cute with a smaller die. Okay, let's go ahead and start building up. I think I need to bring my card base in, and we're just going to build from the ground up. So let's get the card base all folded, and then we're going to bring in our background and start getting this really dimensional. Okay, so bringing in my score buddy, I also have my 110-pound cardstock here, and I have this trimmed down to, well, obviously 11 inches by 4 1/4 here, and then half of 11 is going to be 5 1/2. So when I score that at 5 1/2, I will have my A2 card. And as a reminder, the A2 card, let me fold this, the A2 card is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I liked the top folding. There's something about top folding to me that just screams classy and boutique. I'm not sure quite what it is, but I just think it's really fun. Okay, so that's what I prefer to do. I have that ready. Again, this was trimmed down just a little bit using that A2 layer die. So that's just going to sit, oh, so pretty, with a little bit of that little margin surrounding it. I like that. So I'm going to also bring in some foam tape, and I'm going to subtly bump that up off of my card base just a little bit. I like the look, and it's worth doing so. Even my kiddos now are noticing that extra little bit of pop and dimension just from the card base and the panel. And so when we make cards together, I think I've said this before, they are always like, no, we can't just glue it. We have to like pop it up because they know. It's so funny that even little kids pick up on just a little bit of raised look. Obviously it makes a difference because even, you know, out of the mouths of babes, they're even picking it up and thinking that looks mighty fine. Okay, so I'm going to center that, put that down. Okay, and then there we go. Look how nice. I just love that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I want to do the little wobble behind my bust so that the bust wobbles, right? But I also want to have my sentiment, let's see, like here. I think that's super fun. Maybe I'll bring this down a little bit. I think that's super, super fun. Okay, so I'm going to bring my sentiment down a little bit. And I think this is skinny enough to pop up. Okay, so I'll just use that. Oh, I did a little too long, so I'll trim that off and save it for another project. Okay. Okay, you know, I have to say, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. I feel like my dots need to be, I'm trying to figure out which way I did this. Dare I try? I feel like they need to go further down. I feel like I'm losing them just a little bit. Yeah, I need to do something. So what I'm gonna do, I think I can very easily get this lined up again. Famous last words, right? Oh, nope, there it is. I'm gonna realign that. And I'm not gonna do anything more in the middle, but I am going to add, I'm just gonna bring those faded ones down just a tad more. So how in the world am I going to attach this? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to attach my card base. I'm just looking at this thinking I'm not gonna be happy with it unless I bring those dots higher and lower. Just a bit more. Because if not, like, why are they there, right? Oh, that's lined up really good. Okay, so bringing back those initial supplies, saving you cuties for just a bit. It's not over till it's over, right? It's not over until it's in the envelope. Okay, I'm gonna tap that off. Again, I just want it to be just really light. I'm gonna bring it up. Just bringing in a couple more. Okay, and then down. I want a few more down here. Oop. Stay. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Just the light ones. Okay. Then, okay, there we go. Okay, that is looking so much better. I'll clean that off in just a bit because I want to finish this up. So I'm going to leave my card just like that. And now when I do this and this, see how much more we get? I love it. Okay, so much better. So I'm going to put down this little sentiment first. I'm going to bring in my little T-square ruler here. And I want this to go, bring my tweezers in too. Sometimes fingers are just too much. I want this to go, I'll bring it down just a hair. That looks good. Final answer. Okay. I like that, and I like that you can see the continuation as they're just fading into nothing there. Okay, and now we're gonna do the little bust. Now, I thought it would be cute to have it kind of tilted, and then of course it's gonna wobble. What do you think? Tilt or, well, I'm not live, so goodness, it's just gonna be my call tonight. But I kind of liked this because I kind of think it kind of gives that additional movement look. I thought it was fun. So let's get this little wobble in. Now I'm not certain that it matters which end is attached to which piece, but I think I'm going to do this side on my die cut and then this side on my card panel. It kind of makes sense to me that the more substantial might be on the base part, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that off. You know me. I've said it before. I think the back of the coloring is almost just as beautiful as the front. So I'm just going to put that on the back middle. Okay. Then I'm going to peel off the adhesive. Well, I need to decide. Do I want a little tilt? I think I do. Both are cute, but I think this just gives something more. I think it's just too fun. I'm going to do it. It also gives that element of, like, you know how the cartoons, when they're initially starting up and they go fast, they kind of, you know, vroom, if you will. Oh my gosh, Bethany, you're being silly now. But you know what I mean. I think that kind of makes it look like it's taken off, right? Like, let's do this. Happy birthday. Okay, so I have that other sticky side off, super sticky. So I'm just gonna kind of hold that down, place it where I want it, which is right here. And then look how cute. You know what? I need to move it up. I need to move it up. And I think I can. Let me grab. I'm just gonna grab, and I'm not, obviously I don't want to ruin anything, but if by chance I do, it's behind the bus. So it's not over till it's in the envelope. And even then you could run back out to the mailbox and just fix it. Okay, I had to, it was just kind of nudging into my sentiment a little too much there. There. Oh, goodness gracious. That's so cute. And I love the dots at the top. That's so cute. And you know what? I took that up without it ripping any paper. Okay, the last thing I want to do is I want to add some of, I love this. It's from Spellbinders. It's their, is it Aura Pop Op? I'm not sure, but I'll link it for you. It's so pretty. And I just love it. So I'm going to bring in, I'll just bring in my Barely Art Glue. And where is my little jewel tool? Right here. I just want to add in a little bit of shine. And let me put some, actually we can take this tape off now. Come back here. Okay, let's put some in this little trinket tray. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking a few up here and a few at the bottom, and I think we're golden. And it has a little trio of sizes here. I'm just making sure I put the right end down on the paper. And the baby. I think that's kind of fun. I'm going to kind of push this down a little bit just so I can kind of see how it will interact with that. I think that's cute. Okay, and then I'm going to do some at the bottom too. So let's do the same kind of concept. A big, medium, and little. And maybe have it kind of slide under there a little bit. I think that would be fun. Okay, I think that would be super cute. And I love these because they're kind of holographic. So they kind of take the just different colors and it's fun. It's very birthday-ish, right? Okay, let me test my glue and make sure I'm good to go. Perfection. And I will place these little cuties down super fast. And I think that's just what it needed at the end. I can't resist that little bit at the end. I think it's just super fun. And down one more. Okay, there it is. Oh my gosh, I love it. I think that's so fun. I think that's so fun. And I had fun with the stenciling. I'm glad that I went back in and added just a little bit more. I just think it's super cute. It's subtle, but it's better than just a white card base for me, right? And I love a white card base, but I just think that's super cute. Okay, I'm just gonna toss these in here. Whew, crazy, crazy. This is quite a mess. So stay tuned to the end. You can help me clean up this space. It got a little crazy, but here is the finished little card project. I think that's so fun. I love it. I love it. It's so fun. And as you know, the initial little flick is so fun, but then as it kind of mellows out, it kind of just looks like it's vroom, vroom, vrooming, right? I think that's cute. So fun. And again, you can use these little action wobbles for anything. So let me know down in the comment section if you've used them before, what you've used them on. Inspire me just as much because I think it's so fun. And I also was mentioning that they come in such a big pack that we'll definitely be playing with these a lot more. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you found this fun in any way. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Stay tuned till the end if you want to see just how crazy a crafter desk can get when making one card, and I'm going to get it all cleaned up. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.